right, Kevin Kernan now joins us, New York Post columnist, baseball writer extraordinaire, and we always enjoy his work over the many years as we're off and running here with a short sample size of the Major League Baseball season. Kevin Kernan on Big Board Sports on 104.5 at Team ESPN in Albany. Good morning, Kevin.
Hey, Roger. How you doing?
Good, Kev. Thanks for a few minutes. Appreciate it. Let's start with the Mets. And I said you go down the list here in terms of the starting pitching and with all the injuries that they've had. But Syndergaard, check mark there. I thought DeGrom was exceptionally good last night. Check mark there. And now we'll see what Harvey can deliver tonight. But in terms of the starting rotation, so far so good.
Yeah, Syndergaard. He was my preseason pick for a Cy Young winner. He's going to two-seamer now, and it's not as much as a four-seamer, and it just, he basically keeps it down in his zone. Nobody can touch it. He's got 90-mile-per-hour changeup, so he's the ace of the staff by far. I think he'll battle people like Kershaw for the Cy Young. And DeGrom, once he had his velocity back, he knew he was okay. That's the key with DeGrom. If you see his velocity's okay, then he's fine. And he's the ultimate competitor. And Harvey will be fine. The thing is with Roger, with TOS surgery, you can't expect miracles. I talked to Alex Cobb, who beat the Yankees last night, and basically talked to him in spring training about it. And he had the surgery, and he said he basically had the surgery in like September, October, and it took him all the way into next August to really regain his velocity. So I think that's what you got to look out with Harvey. Don't expect too much too early. Harvey has a tendency to try to do too much. If he does too much, that could hurt him down the road. So I hope he stays in the game plan.
If you're a Mets fan, again, a couple of games in, and what we saw last night, are you concerned a little bit with run production, which is certainly has been a topic in the past when it comes to the Mets?
Well, run production is always an issue. I'm not concerned about anything right now, though, because, they play every other day or every 3 days or rain out. And, hitters can't get their act together. I mean, look at the Braves. They couldn't score first two games either. So it's one of the things with the early schedule. I'm concerned a little bit what I saw with Jose Reyes. He seems so off balance at the plate, and they're already giving up power at that position. So that concerns me. He's usually third base power base position. And we'll see how it goes. They're not going to be, world beaters, but they don't have to be with that pitching staff.
Hey, Kevin, Chris Honorato with Roger here as well. I always love talking baseball with you because if it's possible, I feel like you're an old school guy, but with, an eye towards the future of this game. As I'm watching the Mets and Braves last night, they're in the 12th inning. The Braves get a guy on first, and Jace Peterson, who you would think would be able to get down a bunt, can't do it. He's down 0-2, and then he looks at a called third strike. And it had me thinking about our conversation here this morning, and I wanted to ask you, are major leaguers now worse at trying to bunt, or are they worse in base running? That's
a great one, Chris. I would say it's a tie. They both cross home plate at the same time. It's funny you say that because I had a long talk with Colabella, the GM of the Braves, before the game. John, he's a really good guy. We know him as Coffee. He's moved up through the ranks. He's definitely a new school guy with an eye towards scouting as well. So he bridges both eras, so to speak. And he asked me what I thought of his team before the game, a series, and I said, well, I haven't seen enough of your guys. And I give him a lot of credit to even ask that question, a writer, but he knows I know what I'm talking about. But I did tell him right off the top, I said, from what I've seen already earlier, the two things that concern me, not just with you, but with everybody, is base running and defense. And doing those fundamental things. They don't learn them anymore. And in game one, of course, we got Tyler Flowers, right, catcher, and you get a ball, perfect throw from Enciarte home. And Flowers is basically in the on-deck circle trying to make the tag. He catches the ball behind home plate. And then the worst part is, and those things happen. I played the game through college. I understand that things happen. But then he defends it by saying, no, I was in the right spot. Right. I wanted to, if I catch it up there, then he had some stupid answer. They don't even know the game anymore, Chris. And until they learn the game, they know hitting. And I think Bill Pennington from the Times, I read part of the story. I hope to read it best today on my way to Baltimore with the Yankees. he had a good piece the other day about the lack of inability to even play catch at some of the better high school programs, even going into college. These guys can hit. A lot of them run. They got power, but the game escapes them. So the bottom line here with my story about Coffey is that if I were you guys, I said I would really try to teach everything you could in the minor leagues, like they don't know anything. They don't know anything. And to me, the new steroid is knowing the game and the fundamentals of the game. And maybe a team that does that will have great rewards.
Time with Kevin Kernan, New York Post, baseball, and Kevin will be covering the Orioles and Yankees. What do you read into or make out of the Yankees losing 2 out of 3 in Tampa to start the season?
Yeah, that's a little disconcerting, to tell you the truth, Roger. I think they were hoping to get off to a good start. Yankees always seem to lose opening day and everything like that early on in the season. So they, there's some things I don't like. Obviously, I've never been as high on Tanaka as the rest of the world, and I don't know what happened in his opening day start. It looked like he wasn't finishing his pitches for some reason. Pineda, I said today, after I've had a good chance to see him, I said this guy just doesn't get it. He doesn't make the adjustments in game that you have to make. He can't put batters away. On 2 strikes, he tries too hard, and as a result, muscles up. So he's got major. So if Pineda can't do it, Yankees are in big trouble. The bullpen is strong, like we thought. The young kids, you got to give time. I'm not going to panic on the young kids. None of them. I think Bird, really pounding Bird inside. It's going to be interesting to see if he makes that adjustment. He's going to have to. And I really think what I've seen of Chase Headley, kudos to him. He's taking the shift work against him, and what I call kind of like anti-submarine warfare from World War II. He's into anti-shift warfare, and I think all teams should really start anti-shift warfare, and I think you'll find a lot of more success. So I think the Yankees, they're in a tough division. It's going to be, it's a year of growth and transition is the way I'll put it best, Rod.
Kevin, where do you have the Yankees finishing in the AL East?
I think I have them 4th. In that area. I'm not that high on for where they should finish this year. I just don't think they have enough starting pitching. Really, that simple. And I think the young kids will have their problems making adjustments. Sanchez, I actually like Sanchez's start this year. I know people are panicking because he only got 1 hit. But he started off trying to drive everything, pull everything. He quickly realized that's not going to work this year, and he's been trying to hit the all field, and he's hitting some tough luck. But he's the real deal. There's no doubt in my mind. And I think the Yankees, hopefully, it's just a technical thing, a process thing. But you got to get Torres up here as quickly as possible. Who I see, the young shortstop who's been playing in all these different infield positions. I see him eventually as a third baseman, a la Jose Ramirez in Cleveland. But Jose could play second as he is, now things going on. So if I were them, I would get that kid like maybe a month of service, down in wherever he is now, A-ball, up quickly, and I would get him here as quickly as possible and make this season all about tomorrow and not about today.
Kevin Kernan, always a pleasure. Thanks for a few minutes. Safe travels to Baltimore for the Orioles-Yankees series, and we'll be in touch down the road.
Thanks, Kevin.
Okay, Roger. Thanks, Chris.